Hey guys, this is DFD, aka Dark Frozen Depths, back with more Sengoku Providence. Now, if you've noticed, the screen looks bigger because I'm actually playing it full screen. I heard it runs better like this, but we'll see. But main reason I wanted to sit up and actually do this video is because I came across something very, very big, which is very time limited. Now, if you notice, we had an event called Great Ape-Spectations, and there's 3 stages to it now. There's going to be a 4th one pretty soon. I'm pretty sure, given how things work out. Because the interesting thing is, while the normal stages don't really do too much, the 10 stamina ones, the 50 stamina stages are the ones you really want to try to do. Because of the simple fact that they all have special gimmicks to them, where it will give you a crap ton of strong foxes, and even some Daruma. Now, when I mean strong, I mean the 5-star foxes, which give you the biggest boost per fox. Now, that said, there's one that gives you a lot of HP foxes, one that gives you a lot of attack, and one that gives you a lot of defense. That's why I said there's probably a 4th one, because there's probably going to be speed. Now, as far as I know, to each gimmick, each stage has 2 things you need to be aware of. First thing is the fact that you need the right element to do that, and I will show you that right now, as we go along. But the second thing is the fact that, and this is where it really gets interesting, is that there's going to be one Senki that gets a stupidly high boost in one of the stats that I've mentioned. For instance, one stage is going to have a Senki with a crap ton of HP, one's going to have a crap ton of defense, and one's going to have so much attack that you practically get one shot at every single time. But my team is actually strong enough to run through this with just the auto party. So that said, I'm going into the event right now, and I will show you each stage one by one. Also, there's been a lot of new Inhuman Senki. I've been going through a lot of Magatama lately. I'm probably not getting that 40 draw without adding some, and I don't plan on it. But episode 1 is the one that has HP foxes. And you're going to want a strong fire team for this one. So keep that in mind. There's also a few fire girls that can actually help you out in this as well. That if you are lucky enough for the gacha, or even this one that we just got from the Rebellion event. But this is what I was talking about. This one right here, she reduces the wind damage you take by, I think, 20%, and she also lowers enemies attack by 50% if they're wind. If they're not wind, it won't work. But she's pretty good. She's a decent leader to have on the front lines. And yeah, this little tip, they added more tips and everything, but this is definitely a very valid one if you can't clear this. Now, I can do this auto skill, which is why I have it set. The one I targeted is the one that has a high amount of HP. And you see why you need a fire team, even though there's that one hee-hee in the corner that's light. But as you can see, she's barely taking any damage. The biggest thing you need to worry about is getting poison on her. Stun can help too to set and delay some turns, but poison will do the most damage to her because you're going to end up doing way less. Like, see, one tick of poison is 16k. And I also like to target the hee-hee and get her out of there too. Yeah, learn about targeting when you want on the auto battle, and it helps a lot. But she has so much HP that poison will take out chunks of it. Over 4 times what you can do to her. And there's the attack down I mentioned. Yeah, my team's strong enough to the point where I can just let them run on their own on this. It's not that hard. It's a little tricky, but it's not that hard. And as I said, her HP is ridiculous. I think she has over 100,000. Easy. But due to that, she drops a lot of HP foxes. Now, you're not going to get anything from a luck bonus. But you see all the HP foxes you get. These are the best HP foxes that give you 120 HP per fox. So 10 of those gives you 1200. So run this stage successfully twice and you've already got a full batch of those. This is why I said this is a very good grinding method for foxes that's only temporary. And naturally the storyline, but if you want to see that, you're on your own. I'm sorry, I'm just doing this to speed things up. But remember, that's only for the hard version. If you do the normal one, you won't get anything. So you have to do the 50 stamina one. Now this next one happens to be one of the trickiest in my opinion because it's very quick one-shots and you have to target the one that's sitting up taking out your girls really quickly. Otherwise you're going to have problems. And it really helps if you have somebody that can revive. There's 2 wing girls that can do it if you boosted them up if you have them. And I got them both. One can even sip and heal now because of the simple fact that I godified her. But in this instance, take anybody that isn't inhuman from the win team. Trust me on that. The inhumans will definitely not help you here. But this one, godify her, she gets a revival. Godify her, she gets a revival and a heal. But her leader skill is actually pretty good. One of these two, I think, reduces the water damage you take when they're godified. But we can't godify her just yet, I'm pretty sure. If we can, we haven't gotten around to the inhumans that will let her do it. And yeah, one thing they gave one of these funny tips is some really weird random things. Actually, it's not off the mark on this one. If you want to get more storage for all your stuff, you're going to have to sip and extend the slots with Magatama. Now, I immediately clicked this second one because she's the one that one-shots. Chances are you will not be able to withstand it. Take her out as soon as possible. Lady Yoda's great for that. Now, I might not win this one because of the fact that for some weird reason I didn't get the right attacks off and everything. I'm not even going to use Magatama to replay it. But you get the general idea. You got to kill her quickly as possible. I'd rather not use a Magatama for that. I want to clear her from the get-go. Now see, with 2 Lady Yodos, that really helps because it's another attack power boost. Again, sometimes your formation helps, but be quite honest, you don't need 4 people in the formation. You don't. In fact, it's better to go in with 3 just so you get both leader skills at once. There's very few cases where it's not like that. Yeah, she's gone. Now this should work. I don't even care if she gets killed a second time. Now at this point I should be safe, even if they knock out a lot of my girls. Especially with 2 revivers. But yeah, winning hinges on taking out the one that hits the hardest as soon as possible. She is in the top right corner. Or if you have the auto-targeting, she's the second one from the left. If you do not take her out as soon as possible, preferably with single target nukes like Lady Yodo has, you are going to have a lot of problems. And yeah, I could have used the Magatama to continue that, but it's better just to show it from the very get-go. Again, I don't always win all the time either, especially when it comes to some of the newer girls like these ones. These new 5-stars are very tough. But the main thing is the fact that I wanted to sip and just show that I can clear from the very start. But you need a very strong wind nuker right there for that one, period, point blank, regardless of who you use. Now, in episode 3, however, you're going back to your fire team. So make sure you have, like, a lot of people have got her as a leader. You'll likely find hers. She's got heals and she ups the critical rate for fire girls, so that's pretty good. In fact, if I set mine to the leader slot, that would have been an 80% critical increase, which is insane. But a mix of damage and critical is the way to go. Like, there's a girl that increases the attacks from fire girls by 50%, whereas their skills, that plus the critical is pretty good too. Now the one I'm targeting, she's the one that actually has the highest defense, and you're not doing that much to her. Another case of where poison can help you a lot. And since all the enemies are wind, that helps even further. But I got so many AoE nukes, this one is pretty much take out the side guys easy. And 2 healers will help. Like, you see, I'm not even doing more than 300 damage, if that, until I get a skill off. That's how high her defense is. Kind of reminds me of some characters in Osawari Island, when you face off against some of them in the higher stages. Again, single target nukes are going to do a lot, poison's going to do a lot, but this is the easiest if you ask me. But as you can see, lots of defense boxes. Now, if it's not the HP ones, then you're going to end up getting, I think, half of what the HP does. So it should be 60 per each one of these. So that's a jump of 600 if you get 10. But as you can see, it's really, really, really worth it to try and get the foxes from these stages. And I'm pretty sure the next one to come up is going to be Darkness, which is the speed foxes. And speaking of which, here's an interesting little thing that they actually have here. Now, they clearly sip and say that these stages are dark base. That's a lie. As you saw, episode 1 and 3 are best having a fire team. And episode 2 you're best having a wind team. Especially some wind characters that can revive. But as I said, due to 50 stamina stages, you can sip and get a lot of very, very strong foxes. That's the main reason why I tried to get this video out as soon as possible. Because as you can see, there's only 3 days left for the stages that are still there. And it's bound to drop by 1. I've got the feeling that with either today or tomorrow, they're going to release the 4th stage, and it will be the speed foxes. So keep that in mind. And also, with the massive, massive amount of inhuman girls that we have now. In fact, there's like 5 rotations now that I'm looking at it. But there's a lot of godifications possible. There's a lot of stuff to sip and do. Keep that in mind. And on top of that, the Trial of the 3, we don't get the second half until way later. I don't know if it's like a glitch or something, but if you go into the Trial of the 3 and actually look, it tells you what you're supposed to get from the rewards. Because it's not even drops from stages, it's just flat out rewards. And the interesting little thing is the simple fact that these aren't getting handed out the way they should. I don't know if it's a glitch or anything, but as far as I know, I need to go buy 2 of the this Shoujo Maru girl. Like, I managed to get mine a 4-star. So I'm working on this little combination to get her to 5. But I had to go buy her in order to actually get her to 4-star. I had to buy her twice. So I don't know if that's a glitch. That's another important thing I need to point out there. But we're not getting the second half until about a week into the event, so that's roughly about 3 more days, so keep that in mind. But anyways, that's all I have for now. Again, Great Ape-Spectations gives you a lot, and I repeat, a lot of very, very good, strong foxes. It's probably the best fox grinding method right now, but it's only temporary, so do it as much as you can. I will go so far as to step and say that if you have to sacrifice Gacha Senki for that, go for the foxes, because normally foxes are gained from easily gained from storyline or even setting up converting them, but it makes it way easier to do this. And just as a quick reminder, from what I remember, these are the best stages to grind foxes, regardless of difficulty. Difficulty just ups the chances of finding better ones. But it's going to be in the Nobunaga storyline as far as I remember. I mean, you can find them in others, but these are the ones I just memorized, and they're the first ones you can really access. But 2-2 is going to give you Fire Foxes, which is the attack ups. 3-3 is going to end up giving you the HP ones. 4-4 is going to end up giving you the defense ones. And if I remember correctly, it's 6-1 for the speed ones. So keep that in mind. And then on top of that, also try and clear your storyline if you can too, especially since it'll give more Magatama. Not to mention they already gave out the reward for clearing easy, so you're going to want to do hard mode in order to get all the clear all the hard modes in order to get the free Eyasu and Hideyoshi, because with how things are now, you can get one of each of them, like an evolved and a godified one, very easily. And even if you don't need more of them, there's always trying to increase their luck if you want to increase their skill levels. Me personally, I just sold them off because you don't really need past skill level 10, if anything. Even for the Inhuman Total War, I don't think you need to hit skill level 13, but I would try and push my skill level up to its maximum without having to go so luck heavy. You don't really need luck that much unless you're grinding, or until we get a certain event update, which I'll cover later on when it happens. But that's all for now, guys. Take care.